to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
One of the biggest and unexpected perks of having a globally recognized podcast is that I get a chance to work with very creative, successful people from all around the world. And this hypnosis session was actually created for a filmmaker that had had Hollywood movies with major actors, and they were working on a new screenplay. And I love movies. You probably heard lots of movie metaphors in my hypnosis session. So what this was all about was getting them into a flow state where they could be really creative. Now, they had a specific story, a film, a screenplay that they had an idea for, but they wanted to emulate times in the past where they got in that state of flow, where they were able to just dial in and create. Now, there's a few things going on here. There is levels of regression to a resource state, disassociation. It uses this idea of a cinema screen, which any filmmaker has watched a lot of movies, so they can easily picture a cinema screen and access certain resource states from a disassociated, a third-person perspective, but also an associated, they're stepping into and feeling those resources, and then future pacing, so they can get a sense of what the impact will be if they are able to tap into that flow state, develop a stream of consciousness. And what's really cool about this is that I could visibly see the differences in the client. When someone is blocked or restricted, there's a lot of expressions around the kind of the shoulders and the neck that something is stuck because they feel conflicted. When people get in that flow state, they kind of relax a lot. Even after the session, their words were much more fluid. And that gave me an idea that we probably did create that change to enable them to get into that flow state and develop that stream of consciousness. A stream of consciousness, by the way, is effectively where you almost become a channel for your intuition and your subconscious mind. And I'm approaching about 2,000 episodes for the Hypnotist podcast. And given that 99% of them come from real hypnosis sessions, I experience that stream of consciousness a lot. Before a session starts, I'm making loads and loads of notes, typing them off my screen. I've got two huge screens in front of me. I'm making loads of notes, but generally when the hypnosis session starts, I might look at my notes every now and then, but really what I'm doing is just allowing my subconscious, my intuition to do the hypnosis, and I'm just the vessel, I'm the catalyst for that. Now, I would call that a flow state. I would call that an intuitive state. And generally, people are at their best when they're in that state. If they have to mentally prepare something or force it, generally they're not in that flow state. Now, it's unlikely that you are a writer for Hollywood movies, in which case you don't have to in order to benefit from this session. But I would say that there is probably an area of your life that you would benefit from being either more creative in or getting into that flow state. And that flow state might be a sport. It might be a way of thinking. If you're into meditation, that might be your place to do that. And in terms of the stream of consciousness, these days everyone can be a creator. You can create art, you can create music, you can create words on a page, you can have a podcast and get into that flow state. So there's lots of ways that can become an outlet for that. But I want you to think, where in your life would it be most beneficial to be either in a flow state or develop this intuitive stream of consciousness? And just by thinking about that before the hypnosis starts, you're priming your subconscious to make the changes in the very area of your life that it would be most beneficial. So give that some thought. And by the way, if you are interested in working with me directly, and by the way, this client had listened to me for years before actually reaching out. And when they reached out, We got on really well, and it was obvious that I could help them in the way that they wanted to be helped. But I think a lot of people listening, perhaps you right now, have listened, and it is just a podcast, without realizing that we could actually be working together, bespoke to you and your situation, to help you make breakthroughs in the quality of your life. So if you've been thinking about it but not taking action on that, really click the description button or the more info section, scroll down, see where it says schedule a consultation call, click that, and within the next few days we could be having a chat in real life rather than just you hearing my voice on a podcast. So if that's of interest, check that out. For now though, you might get some benefit from this. It's quite a creative session, quite a bit going on, very resourceful, very positive. So find a quiet, comfortable place, the kind of environment where you're not going to be distracted or disturbed. Relax and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe in that feeling of calm and relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow any feelings of tension, any feelings of doubt, hesitation, to feel that they are slowly and incrementally leaving your body every time you breathe out. And when you breathe in deeper than you normally would. But breathe in that feeling of distilled, resourceful relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow that outward breath to be almost twice as long as it normally would be. That slow, long, relaxing outward breath. And in doing so, you are calming the conscious mind and awakening the subconscious mind, the part that knows how many times your heart needs to beat per minute, if you need to breathe faster or slower, how to catch a ball without thinking about it, is all your subconscious mind. And I want you to get a feeling that your subconscious mind can take ideas, thoughts, and weave them together like connections. Isn't that what creativity is? Linking an idea with a situation to come up with something new, original, impactful. The deeper you breathe, the more relaxed you become. And the more relaxed you become, the deeper you breathe. And as your body relaxes, your imagination awakens. So just imagine keeping your physical body there and allow your mind, your imagination to wander through space and time to the forests of Vietnam. Imagine wearing whatever clothing is appropriate to be in lush forests, near streams and rivers, hills and holes. And almost while you're there, you're thinking about the rich history of this place. Different people at different times, each and every one with their own unique way of looking at the world, experiences, perhaps even tragedies, all linked to this place in your imagination. And I want you to get a sense that there is treasure in the trauma and wisdom in the wounds. And just imagine finding a clearing in the lush forest, and right in the middle is a comfortable chair. Perhaps the most comfortable chair you've ever seen. Imagine placing your body there on that chair, sinking into it as I count down from 10 to 1. Just imagine feeling deeper and deeper relaxed there in that chair, in that forest, there in your imagination. 10. Just releasing any tension around your eyelids, feeling them get heavier. That's it. 9. Focusing on your forehead now. And just imagine those muscles responsible for expressions like concern and surprise. Loosen, relax. Tension melts away. As 8, that sensation of relaxation goes into your jaw. As you set the intention to really release any tension there around the mouth and the jaw. That's it, and in doing so, feel that ripple of relaxation going down your neck as 8 becomes 7. And imagine your neck and your shoulders getting deeper and deeper relaxed. 7 becomes 6. Just imagine arms feeling limp, loose, heavy, really heavy. As 6 becomes 5, focus now on your breathing and imagine loosening every muscle connected to the breath, from your mouth, around your windpipe, down into your lungs, your chest, your diaphragm. Breathing becomes effortless. And as 5 becomes 4, spread that relaxation to your internal organs, your heart, your stomach, down into your gut, and really feel that relaxation there in the gut. As 4 becomes 3, rippling down 2 into your legs. Legs now feeling limp, loose, and heavy. Almost like your arms and legs now are like the limbs of a puppet with no strings. That's it, feel them that way, and they become that way. And as 3 becomes 2, feel that relaxation going down into your calf muscles and then your ankles. And as 2 becomes 1, just feel relaxation from the tip of your toes, rippling all the way up your legs, torso, top of your head, and then back down to your fingertips. And just imagine drifting off into a dream-like sleep. And in that dream-like sleep, I want you to imagine there is a door leading into your own private cinema. Maybe it's an old-fashioned cinema, or maybe super modern. Your unconscious decides. You walk through the door into the cinema. But instead of watching a film, I want you to see a memory. I want you to see a memory of you when you were in that creative, prolific flow state, almost like a stream of consciousness. Maybe you can remember the time, the place, even the project, and just be an observer, seeing yourself like someone else. This time looking for clues. What was it about that time? What were the ingredients that led to that state? Maybe your belief, maybe the lack of distractions, maybe a crystal clear intention. Maybe it was the music or a connection to a story, a character, an idea. Maybe it's because you already had the roadmap. You can consider the idea, the concept, the structure, almost like architectural blueprints, and the writing, well, that's just building what's already been mapped out. Consider that the writing becomes easy when you have a clear idea of how things are. And when you see that version of you, prolific, creative, in that flow state, imagine floating into the screen, into your body, and imagine taking possession of that version of you, reactivating all of those resources within you now. Neural pathways firing, awakening. Feel that intention. Feel the clarity. Feel the belief that that combination of inspiration, clarity, just means that all the right ingredients are there to turn thoughts into things, ideas into reality. You're turning the mirage into something real. And I want you to breathe how you would breathe if that was true. Feel the posture, the sense of certainty. And I want you to feel that flow state somewhere in your body. Maybe your heart, your head, your gut, or somewhere else. And when you feel where that flow state exists, take your hand and place it on that location. That's it. Keep it there. And imagine a shape in that very location. Give it a color and turn up the brightness. Make that color glow. Make that three-dimensional shape move and notice how it's moving. Rotating, pulsating, vibrating. Increase the speed, increase the brightness until you have a moving or spinning, brightly colored shape there. Give it a sound. This is now a way of re-accessing this feeling that whenever you think of that shape, in that color, at that brightness, with that sound, in that location, you are giving a suggestion to your unconscious mind. You are priming it to create a flow state. And maybe that state manifests immediately. Or maybe it takes minutes or even hours, but it will come. It will come when you act as if you are already in that state. I want you to get a feeling that emotions are like two-way streets. Do you smile because you're happy? Or are you happy because you smile? Are you in the flow state because you have a clear intention, you're prepared, you have no distractions, and you're working in a focused way? Or are you doing those things because you've already found that state? And notice how it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you feel the feeling and do the things, or do the things and feel the feeling. And since it doesn't matter, why not do it by design? Float back to that cinema, but this time imagine yourself in your future. That could be hours in your future, days in your future, perhaps further. But I want you to see you with a specific project or intention in mind, something specific, and think of where you would need to be to increase the probability of being prolific, focused, tenacious in that flow state. And then imagine you have everything you need and nothing you don't. No distractions, only resources. Might be notes, images, transcripts, or even music playing. But I want you to imagine yourself in that future situation with everything you need and nothing you don't. But there is a clarity in your eyes. That version of you will not leave until they've done what they need to do. They will not back down. And whether they find that flow state or not, they will not back down. And if you can see that future version of you being in a state conducive to producing great work, let me know by nodding your head. And then float into the screen. Feel that you're floating into a future version of you that is ready to do whatever is necessary. And maybe you're typing or writing or recording audio. Maybe you're mapping things out on a big whiteboard. Or maybe you're just typing in linear form. Imagine doing whatever you need to turn thoughts into things, ideas into reality, a vision into a script. And I want you to imagine that distractions try and lure you off course, just like the sirens outside Troy, luring you to the rocks, luring you to wasted time, luring you to mediocrity. But you know the game. The distractions will not deter you. I want you to feel that resolve, that focus, that nothing can steer you off course. And then imagine that shape in that location, in that color, with that sound, glowing in that way, moving in that way, is within you. You feel the flow state, or maybe the second wind. And it almost feels like you're channeling something from your subconscious into existence. It almost feels effortless. And don't be surprised if time gets distorted, like you're in a wormhole, like you're in the fourth dimension, that the rules don't apply in this moment. And then imagine looking down and seeing what you've done, and it almost feels miraculous. I want you to feel that power that comes from being a creator. Something didn't exist, and now it does. because of you. And then imagine how this could ripple through time, ripple through the world. What people could get involved, what responsibilities and doors will it open for you? Who will see it? And how will it impact people? And where could it go? And then you realize all of those things are possible once the thing is created. And if the creation is never created, all of those things are just figments of your imagination. So why not do the thing, create the outcome, and allow life to ripple through space and time to create wonderful, powerful, and significant consequences. They say you reap what you sow, so enjoy sowing, knowing that you will enjoy the fruits of your labor when the time comes. And if this feels that you are priming your mind, brain, and subconscious to do whatever is necessary to take your life in the very direction that you desire and deserve, let me know by nodding your head. And then imagine floating out of the screen into a chair, leaving the chair and leaving that private cinema, walking out of a door, and just imagine finding yourself on a chair in a clearing in a forest in Vietnam. But imagine a manuscript or a screenplay, printed, bound, in your hands. It exists now. And I want you to imagine how many pages, how heavy it feels, but just get a deep-seated conviction, unshakable belief that this is an incredible piece of work you're proud of, something that will create a chain reaction that will be wonderful for your future. As you leave the chair, imagine walking towards a river and seeing a reflection of you in the river with qualities that were always there but are now more obvious. This is the version of you that you are unlocking, amplifying, and you're looking forward to see what this version of you can do. But it's time to leave this place in your imagination, knowing that this has been a journey of thoughts within thoughts, ideas within ideas, and dreams within dreams. As I now count from 1 to 10 to take you from where you are to fully in the present, take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, connect and calibrate into the here and the now. As I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of The Hypnotist. If you've enjoyed this episode or got some value from it, please give it a 5-star rating and review. And maybe you know someone that would also benefit from this particular episode, in which case share the episode with them so they can also get the benefit too. And if you would like to listen to this episode where it's just the hypnosis, so no intro, no outro, no explanation, just the hypnosis and completely ad-free, there will be a link in the description where you can subscribe at a very low cost and only get access to the hypnosis. So if that's of interest, please check that out. Thank you again for being a regular listener of The Hypnotist, and I'll see you again soon for more.